Welcome to the Pinnicast. Is that what we're calling it?
I believe so.
a podcast series about the Pinnacle. I think it's important to note that for a lot of our PAX hospitality podcast listeners, this is going to be the first time they're hearing from us this year.
Yeah, and we've already had a few people hit us up saying, when the hell are you guys are you going season 2?
So start by saying massive shout out to all of the legends that have been listening along since season 1. Thanks for being on the journey thus far. Sorry it's been a bit long between drinks. I wanted to do a summer series, but you and Varney wanted to go on holiday.
Yeah,
Lame.
God forbid. Oh.
But here we are. So welcome to the Pinnicast. This is a podcast that is brought to you by Industry Kitchens. We couldn't have done it without the guys at Poster Boy Media, as always. And this is a podcast series that's going to be powered by the PAX Hospitality Podcast, but it's about a very specific project. So this is a podcast about the Pinnacle, an iconic pub in North Fitzroy. So what do you want to get out of this podcast, Michael? What does it mean to you?
I wanted to, originally when we started talking about it, was to just lift the hood on opening a venue and all those things entailed. So everything from getting the site to the planning, to the budget, to investment, to operational, to products, media, like all the bits.
Yeah.
And we started recording the episodes, when was it? November? Must have been November.
Late November.
To basically take everyone on that journey with us.
Mm-hmm.
Felt pretty smooth for most of it.
Yeah, I was going to say, how did we do, right? We're 80% of the way there.
Yeah.
Most of the episodes banked, still a couple to record. But based on when we originally said we're going to do this to now, did we nail the brief?
In terms of nail the brief, the podcast?
Yeah, for the podcast.
Yeah. I think we have. I mean, we kind of talk about everything. Like
it's pretty raw.
It's very raw. So there'll be some stuff in there that people listen to like, wow, I can't believe they're talking about that.
Yeah. I really hope we don't get sued by anyone.
Yeah, I'm kind of waiting. I was thinking about it on the way here and I was like, do we say something about that person or that thing that's going to be a bit of backlash? It'll be the thing that we just thought was nothing.
I know.
And it'll be like, oh, God.
Look, I did a pretty good, I listened to all the episodes and have tried to, edit and cut the bits that we are like, no, we can't have that. Or we didn't have that person's permission, so we got to take that out. But I hope I got it all.
Yeah.
I mean, do you know what I mean? It's like listening to us crap on for hours on end. It's not the most like engaging thing for me after I've done it all day.
Yeah.
So, I didn't do it while being distracted, but, might have had a few momentary lapses in concentration.
I think it was, for the project, it's been mostly smooth sailing. There's been, and then kind of just leading up to settlement is probably where the rough patch comes in. So enjoy that listening in my slight panic attacks. I'm sure there might be a few more of those. We'll see.
Yeah, there's still a bit to go.
We've got another week and a half. Yeah. There's plenty that could go wrong.
Okay, so back to some functionality. I think this show is going to be a really good resource for a lot of people because you're right, we just went for it. It was like jump into each episode and just talk about whatever was on our minds at the time.
Yeah.
It's full on, behind the curtain, under the hood, whatever you want to call it, minimal censorship to anything. So it's lots of sensitive information out there. And look, that was a risk we were willing to take because we wanted it to be as informative as possible. And I think from the context of we want anyone who's looking to open a business, anyone who's looking to actually do this, we want this to be a really good reference point. And I think we envisaged a lot more going wrong that would help people understand just how difficult it is to open a business and how many spanners get thrown. And I don't think we did a good job of that because it's been a very smooth project.
Yeah.
There's definitely been a few things here and there. There's been some volatility. There was investors that came in that then pulled out. That was then new investors that came in. There's all these bits and pieces here and there, but nothing that I would say a normal experience would be reflective of.
No.
So, but that said though, I don't think that's a big deal. I think it is a good reference point, right? It's like, hey, when you open a business and things go really well and everything's pretty smoothly, like this is what it looks like. Now, other people out there might not be able to emulate that, But at least when they're going through their shit, they know where the reference point is and what they should be going for and what, good might look like or what smooth might look like.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think that's what it is. We're going to get stuck into it pretty hard. So thanks for coming along for the ride. Please reach out to us, hit us up. We really want to hear from you guys. hello@pax.melbourne. No .com or .au or anything like that. Just hello@pax.melbourne. It's been amazing hearing from everyone over the summer. So please keep reaching out. Like, we're doing this for all of you guys. So when we hear from you, it's really, really validating. But really hope you enjoy this podcast series. We're going to be dropping one episode a day for 10 days. That will coincide with the opening of the doors, hopefully. But if you end up listening to every episode and coming along for the journey, we'd love to see you here on the 18th of Feb when we finally open the doors to the public. Thanks for listening. All right, now we're going? Yeah, okay, sick. So I'm not even going to intro this. I'm just going to start drilling you.
Okay, I'm here.
All right. So,
where are we? What's the date? What day is it today?
Question.
It's the 17th of November, 2025.
Yeah. How have you had to think about the 2025?
Don't you? Every year? I never remember.
All right, but we're basically here to interview Michael because he just bought a pub.
What?
And he's gonna open it in Feb, and I wanted to take this chance to meet up every week and hit record and pick his brain and go, great, let's do this live, motherfucker. Talk me through it. Right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're always doing these retrospect, right? We're always doing this here's this great thing I built, and then we're like, oh, take us back to the start, and then you give us the rose tinted glasses.
Yeah.
We're not doing that.
Yeah. What are the glasses tinted with at the moment, Michael?
Beer.
Yeah.
Beer goggles.
No, there's no glasses. We're just going raw. It's like, bro, tell us what's in your head right now, and let's get behind, the facade and understand what does it actually take to open a pub, and let's hear from you, because I think then we'll also piss ourselves laughing in a year when we listen back to it and see how much you got wrong.
I think you straight away you said what does it take to open a pub? It's like the answer from me is I don't know yet.
Okay,
because I've never done one.
Yeah.
I've done other venues, obviously.
Yeah.
But this is my first
Slightly
pub.
concerning. Hope there's no investors listening to it.
What are the? Should we go through the headlines of
what it is, where it is?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you want the detail?
Yeah, do all the functional stuff.
Yeah.
Or maybe a better way to do it is, I think, so we're going to do this every week. So starting next week, we'll be pretty much in the block of the last 7 days.
Yeah.
But this is not just a 7-day thing. This is what? Maybe 10 days? How long has it been?
It's been 10,
14?
10 days. 14 days maybe, yeah.
Call it 2 weeks, right? So just bring us up to speed. And how I would love you to explain it is just where did it come from?
Explain yourself.
Yeah. And then I'm going to ask you much harder questions, right? Taking on the stewardship of a pub is an insane responsibility. Why the fuck why are you putting your hand up? Why do you think it should be you? But before we get there, just tell us how we got here.
So number one, I've been looking for a pub for 2 years.
Okay.
Kind of simple. They're really hard to come by, the good ones.
Mm-hmm.
And I never actually thought I'd be in a position in terms of two things, like a time position and a financial position to even think about it.
Okay. When you say timing, it's just
everything's timing at the end of the day. It's what do I currently have on my plate? What structure? What's my actual job? All these things. Obviously.
Commitments.
Yeah. So I've been looking for 2 years. This pub came up literally via email to another business partner.
Wait, do you have email notifications that inform you when things go on the market? How did you find it?
Well, this is the strange thing. It's the first venue that I've got near or taken over that has come via an agent.
Oh, someone just cold emailed you?
Yeah, cold emailed. Yeah, which usually I would just go straight to spam.
Was it advertised and he sent you the
It was advertised.
Okay.
It was advertised for a minute.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say because he snapped it up.
We got it on I think a Tuesday or something.
Mm-hmm.
Looked at it on the Wednesday.
Yeah.
And put the offer in that night.
When you say we, that was you and Hanul?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, at Reed.
So he hit you up because of Reed?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, cool. Or did he know you as the Bar Liberty guy who did all that other stuff? Or was it just
No, because of Reed.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Gotcha.
So, yeah, we had a look at it, and literally I knew just by, obviously there's a lot of people coming through that day, and literally people leaving the pub before us and walking in the second we left to look at it. It was on a closed day, so they weren't patrons.
Yeah.
And I just knew the nature of the deal and the location and thought, we're just going to put an offer in and grab it. It's going, people be like, well, that's wild. So it's half a day to think about it. But knowing.
Well, but you had 2 years to
Yeah, what I know in terms of like what I was looking for and the other deals I've done or been involved with or seen by my own venues and friends' venues, that sort of stuff. I just kind of know the parameters loosely of like, okay, I'm willing to spend this much based off this and all those things. Do a pretty quick, analysis of numbers, and then make the call.
So, but you, correct me if I'm wrong. You were effectively going to the viewing, not really expecting to have any revelations. You were just going to make sure it wasn't a structural nightmare.
Yeah, I was like, do we need to do any work?
Yeah, there wasn't any obvious reasons to not do it.
Instead of a few $100,000 of investment, is it going to be $500,000? $1 million?
Yeah.
Totally different kettle of fish.
Gotcha.
And
what number would it have ruled it out for you?
Total?
Yeah.
$400K.
Anything over 400, you would have been like, nah.
Nah, see you later.
But is that specific to this location, or
it's definitely
in general
got to do with the location, but probably in general, just in terms of where my appetite's at, where I know the industry's at, what capital is out there.
Yeah, got it.
All those factors come into play. And for me, it's like, we could have had a crack at probably the pub next door, which we'll get into the location. We haven't said that yet, which is not operational right now. Because it's run down and it's much bigger.
Yeah.
But the capital investment would have been way more and the risk goes right up with the personnel and, all the way down the line.
The risk to reward ratio goes up.
Exactly. And to me, like I said at the start, being my first pub, probably a good idea not to go for the 1,000 patron venue.
Yeah, nice. Okay, I like it. So you and Hannah went and checked it out. Hannah second guessed it, right? As he likes to do.
Yeah.
I can say that because I like giving him shit. But why did you decide to still keep going even though he was like, nah, I'm not feeling it?
Well, I think
whatever he said.
Well, I think that's fine. I think for me, I've wanted one for 2 years anyway. Yeah. And longer than that. But seriously, I've wanted one for longer, but been looking for 2 years.
Yeah.
And for Mark and Beck, it's like Breed House is only a year old.
Sure.
So the time it comes back again to timing. Time's not quite right.
Yeah.
Do I think they're probably still the perfect people to do it? Probably.
Yeah, of course.
But,
but you
definitely
can say that about them doing anything.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but it's like timing's not right, and that's totally fine. There'll be other venues and sites and pubs and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So for me, I look at it like, well, it's the right venue for me in terms of timing, size, investment, and I know that I can work it within those parameters to have an outcome in a certain period to open the thing we want to open.
Yeah. Okay. And also key was the commitments. You're set up at a point right now where you can do this properly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
With having PAX as a business that I'm a full-time employee now, which is amazing to say with you.
Yeah.
To have that operational for the last, let's say 6 months been going on, but the last 14, 15 weeks has been our like full-time job.
Yeah.
And knowing that I've got the support of the PAX team now.
Yeah.
That for me, and this is not an advertisement for PAX, even though it's the PAX podcast, but
and you own it.
And I own that as
Small
well.
Disclaimer. All right, great. I think that brings us pretty well up to speed. Except one thing I'd love to touch on a bit more is, what I think is cool, how you clinched it, right? I was pretty sick because you had a lot of interest. It was advertised for a minute. You go check it out. There's already lines of people that want to check it out, right? It's like a freaking rental property in the inner city, right?
Yeah.
And from what I understood, I might have just completely fabricated this, but for the agent, it was like there was people that were interested that probably fit the bill a little better than you. But when it was like, hey, this is what I need to see, they were all like, yeah, we could get you that in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Whereas you were just like that night, bang, there's a deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they looked at timing's obviously big for agents, but also the requirements around a plan for it. And I was able to give that to them seriously quickly.
Yeah.
Which is great. And then over the due diligence period, which has been less than 2 weeks now,
yeah,
we've been able to provide everything that they've required.
Yeah.
Right.
Amazing.
And I think just having that ability and, again, time to put into it and headspace has been the difference between us actually moving ahead,
Got it.
really moving ahead with it or not,
Yeah.
or them going to a different buyer.
Okay, awesome. Where is it? Tell us all about it.
It's the Pinnacle.
The Pinny?
The Pinny. So Fitzroy Pinnacle in North Fitzroy or Fitzroy North. Oof. Don't say that. Don't say North Fitzroy.
Okay.
Fitzroy North.
Don't want to open this joint with a target on your back.
I think interestingly for the building, it has only been a pub for 25 years.
Yeah, which is crazy. I never thought. I mean, I was like nostalgically like love the Penny, right? I went there. It's probably spent so much time and money there.
Yeah.
That blew my mind when you told me that.
Yeah.
If you had said how long's the Penny
Well,
been
I
around?
thought the same.
Yeah. I would have said 100 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, definitely at least 80. Fuck.
I mean, how the fuck did they get that toilet cleared past council after the year 2000?
I shan't be showing them that again when we reopen. Before that, it was interesting reading the history, seeing it wasn't a pub for that long.
Yeah.
Like any other venue, if you were to say that restaurant's been a restaurant for 25 years, you'd be like, oh, that's ages.
Yeah, true.
Because it's a pub, you're like, oh, it's quite young.
Yeah.
Which I find really funny.
So true.
Because they've got such longevity generally in those buildings, such a beautiful old building. But yeah, it was a post office before. And then
it was an antique shop before.
It was an antique shop before that.
Oh, wow.
It was
post office and then a land office.
Yeah, the land office is the interesting one. So people used to go up to the tower, up the very top, the third level, and point out what plot of land they wanted in the area.
Epic.
Right? So this is late 1800s when it was built. So it would have been a fucking bush there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
1886.
Yeah, it's a long time. So beautiful old building. It's such an iconic little corner.
But the Peter Montes guy was a smart one. He probably just went, oh, that one right.
Yeah, right in front of me.
Nailed it.
Yeah,
like, mate, we didn't have to come up to the tower.
The Italian straight off the boat. Like, I know what I want, mate. Don't worry about it. I don't need the fucking tower. See where the two main roads are? That's mine. 80 years later, I'm going to build apartments there.
Yeah, loved it.
Nailed it. So, that corner, it gets such high traffic and everyone, so many people that drive through Melbourne and head north, drive past it, and such a great opportunity to get to, you touched on before, take custodianship of such a cool site.
So before I drill you on why you think, that's a responsibility that you are fit to take on, I'd love to also just point out with the Penny, it's one of those really interesting pubs because if you're in that age bracket, like our age bracket, are you in
your
our age bracket? Yeah, how old are you now?
35.
Okay, so you just sneak in.
Fuck.
Just. In some ways, you're way over that age bracket.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I think for anyone who's in that maybe late 30s, mid 40s sort of range and maybe even beyond, everyone's got a good memory of the Penny.
Yeah.
Like everyone has had either like shitloads of memories or at least one good memory of just having a good session, either in the beer garden or on a winter's day in the front bar, eating some good food, just nice, cozy kind of vibes. And it just has been great at that. Like everyone's got a good memory of it. So with that said, right, like we said, one of the most important things with a pub, given its history, is taking on that role of, man, I'm going to be the custodian for this. How are you going to tackle that? Because you want people to be able to walk in and go, oh yeah, this is the Penny I remember.
Yeah.
But also the floors are not sticky anymore.
Is that possible?
Well,
like walking in, let's ask.
Yeah.
It's not about replication. Replication, is that a word? Yeah, replicating.
Yeah.
I don't want to replicate what has been other than the idea of a place that anyone can go to.
Sure.
Which what a pub should be, in my eyes.
Yeah, so you don't want to go in with a concept of like, hey, we're going to do, Capitano, but in a pub.
No, well, yeah, that's a good example of where I wouldn't go.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest thing is like take things that have been great about that venue for so long and all the things you just said, take the stickiness out because it's what it needs to be done.
Yeah.
And for me, create a space that whether you're 35 or in your late 40s like you guys, or you have a family or you want to take your parents somewhere or some mates to watch the footy, that's the place you go.
Yeah.
And you feel comfortable with that. And it's not the idea of we're just going to tick some boxes to make ourselves think that we're ticking those boxes for those people. It's like you actually do it.
Yeah.
So it's about creating a space that isn't full of surprises, still great, delicious, really high benchmark for food and bev, but in a setting that's totally usable by a wide-reaching audience.
Yeah.
It's a public house.
Exactly. It's a public house is where the name comes from.
Yeah.
Rather than the idea of when we do restaurants is that sometimes we say these sort of things, really hard to execute it when you're conceptually coming up with, I'm opening a wine bar.
Yep.
And it's for everyone. It's like, yeah, it's for everyone within a certain demographic versus a public house where it actually should be for everyone. There's a kids menu. There's a cheap pot at a certain time.
Yeah.
There's steak night. There's all these things that can attract a really wide range and group of people. And when they're there, they actually feel welcome. I'm not just doing the things on paper through advertising and steak nights and whatever else to bring people in. When they're there, they're like, holy shit.
Is that your memory of the Pinny though?
Yeah.
Leon?
100%.
It was for everyone?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. I mean, it was.
Because I'd never been until maybe 3 years ago was my first time.
Okay.
So
Different chapter.
I missed the chapter that I think you're talking about.
I don't know if I remember there being like kids there because I just don't think
the music didn't.
Well, no, there was no live music back then.
Oh,
either.
true.
Yeah, but it was just more that I just don't think that. I think the demographic in the area was not what it is now.
True.
So I just don't remember a lot of kids being anywhere apart from like East Brunswick and shit like that. So anyway, I think it makes sense what you're saying, and I think if anyone's got the nous and the ability to be able to pull that off, it's like I'm putting my money on you. But I think there's the rest of the series to talk about the concept of the pub and what it's going to be. I think what I'd like to spend more time on is in this particular increment on the timeline. Let's go through some of your stresses and some of your highlights.
Sure.
This episode of the Pinnacle podcast is brought to you by Industry Kitchens. Now, if you don't know Industry Kitchens and you haven't yet met Tim Keenan, I'd strongly suggest you remedy that pretty quick, especially if you actually need anything in the kitchen world. I'm talking catering equipment, any kitchen equipment, commercial refrigeration, dishwashers. I mean, these guys literally have everything right down to chemicals and stuff that you need on the weekly. Now, why I rave about these guys is because it's not just about getting the right price, right? Like where Tim adds a lot of value is he makes sure that you actually get the right product, okay? And that adds a whole ton of value on top of the actual price as well. So the biggest difference I've experienced with these guys over the years is that Tim's a chef. Often when you're dealing with sales reps in this sector, they might be really great salespeople and they've worked in sales for a long time, but they haven't actually worked in kitchens. So with Tim, you're getting someone who can bridge the gap between what you know about your product and your kitchen and what you might not know about opportunities in terms of equipment, even right down to sizes and dimensions and options. So pretty much anyone who consults Tim is going to save money, not just on equipment, but through just better efficiency and logistics. I've recommended Tim to a bunch of people over the years, and every single time it comes back with the most glowing endorsement. So if you need anything at all, highly recommend you find these guys and get in touch. Put them on your radar, and I promise you won't regret it. Thanks to Industry Kitchens. You've been an amazing sponsor of the show. Let's go through some of your stresses and some of your highlights.
Sure.
So since the moment you put that deposit down and said, I'm doing this, tell me 2 things that you've been pleasantly surprised by.
Pleasantly surprised. I mean, it was pleasant, but maybe not so much of a surprise. But I think the general consensus from the inner circle of people I've spoken to has just been like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Instead of every other time I've said I'm going to open a venue, people are like, okay, mate. Yeah. Hey, here we go again.
Yeah. I mean, we got it yelled out of a car from Campbell Burton who happened to spot us.
Standing at the front and Campbell Burton from public.
You should take it.
You guys should take the pub. Fucking sprung. I mean, if you stand in front of the Pinny on a busy
Monday afternoon,
chances are a bunch of people are going to drive past. And it just happened to be the guy with the loudest voice, Campbell.
That's pretty hilarious.
It's pretty funny. So, I think it's just
so peer validation.
Peer validation, just because we're not the only ones looking at the industry right now and going, what's working, what's not, what feels right, and this feels right. And with where I've you look at the venues I've been part of or owned over the last 10 years, the progression is pretty obvious. It's like generally it's going in a progression of more accessibility.
Yeah.
You think about Bar Liberty to Capitano to Falco.
Well, Capitano was a pub.
Exactly. Yeah. For a second, we were going to, like Casey actually really wanted to turn it back into a pub.
No way.
Probably should have done it.
Wow.
However, Capitano is successful though. So we won't be over there.
Can't complain.
Yeah. So obviously in that trajectory, it's always been about more accessibility, not less.
Got it.
And then obviously I'm involved with Reed House, less so than the other venues I've been in. But even then, we think about accessibility a lot
more
for
accessible
Reed.
than the other concepts.
It's very accessible for the city as well.
Yeah, 100%.
So then thinking about that next step being pub, it's like, it's heading in that direction. And I think that's just life. Like for me personally, looking at where I'm at, got 3 kids.
Yeah.
The places that I tend to frequent if I go out ever, it's going to be probably a pub-like setting.
Will your next one be like a Pizza Hut or bring that back?
Well, my this is, I don't want to get sidetracked. However, my eldest daughter, Maya, we talk about frequently opening a kids restaurant together.
Ooh.
She really wants to open this idea of like, because you know how they've got those, fucking
Pizza Planet and Toy Story.
Well, basically that.
That's the concept.
That's the concept.
Don't.
But you think about where kids have parties now, like Bounce and all these crazy places. The food fucking sucks.
It's terrible.
The parents don't want to be there.
Yeah.
You can't get a good coffee.
Yeah.
So imagine like an awesome place where it has like really good food and bev.
Yeah.
It would crush.
Just make it like skateboard focused.
Yeah, well, we're good. Anyway, digressing.
We got to know. I've written down that we need to talk about the kids menu at some point because I think that is crucial because there's basically the 3 dishes that you always go to.
It's always fish and chips, small burger, and pasta. That's usually the 3.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, pleasantly surprised. Everyone validated it, right?
Yeah.
That I guess that probably answers both of those 2 pleasantly surprised
Wait, what was
things.
the second one?
No, you said two things that surprised you.
Yeah, but which were they? One was the peer validation.
One was the peer validation, but a second one would be, I guess for me, the ease in which it was to pull this together.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Just from my brain and people around me brain to be like, it was just like dot to dot.
Yeah, seeing it come together is wild.
It's been 14 days, less than 14
wild.
days. And we've been able to pull together an offer, acceptance, due diligence, a brand deck, values.
Investor
talks are already underway, like really quick. And obviously that's like a privilege to our, my experience and the people around me experience. And I have to obviously state that not everyone has that at their fingertips.
Mm-hmm.
But I've also been through this a few times, and this has by far been the quote unquote easiest because it's just felt very natural. Not because it will be easy to operate or it will be easy to make money there or any of those things, but it just feels the most natural for me.
It is testament to your ability to do things and not stumble when things are like hard or difficult or an opportunity to say no or to be swayed easily by the problem that's in front of you. And that's...
Yeah, I think for me, once I make a decision about something, a lot of the time it's because I've done the background work in my own head as to what will stop me to, like you've already said, Leon, like what dollar number would that be for you to say no? Like I've already done that thought process.
Yeah.
So if I've ticked all those things off, a bump in the road is just a small bump in the road to actually opening or a success.
Yeah.
Rather than being like, I have to reconsider this.
Yeah, but that's debilitating for some people.
I know that. Yeah. I'm also
it's good.
Idiot.
All right, so switching over then, that's a good segue. Tell me about the stresses because it's kind of weird, right? Like to one point I'd say, mate, taking nothing away from it. It's been exceptional to watch you put this together, but you also haven't had any big curveballs yet.
No.
So it's like, okay, cool. Like that's great. You're on track, right? You're on pace.
Yeah.
But then what have been some of the stresses of the first 10 days. And also maybe I'll shut up and leave you with a question in a second. But you basically, I would say what you've achieved in the 10-day period is probably what a standard critical path would contain on a timeline of maybe 6 weeks.
Yeah, sure.
So it's all come together super quick.
Yeah.
But there's what's keeping you up at night so far at this juncture?
Apart from my 3 children.
Come on, Dad.
Right. Not a great deal, to be honest.
Yeah.
For us now, the key things we're bringing together are a food partner, which we started those conversations. And
can you talk about that?
We're talking to a few people.
Can you say?
And I won't say any names.
Episode 2.
Just in case they don't go ahead, and then we have to backtrack
we should
on
say a name because I called out Hannel.
No, Hannel will be all right about that. I mean, we're talking to a few people.
Yeah.
And they're all like of different experience levels and the thought process is a different for each person. Like it's not just a cookie cutter. This is what we want and need.
How close are you to landing on someone?
I reckon we're pretty close.
Oh, good.
Yeah, pretty close. But that's not a stress. That's just like it just will happen. It just timing.
Maybe I'll use a different framing for this because it's not keeping you up at night in the grand scheme of things, right?
Sure.
Like on a scale of all the shit you've dealt with in your life. Like
Nothing's okay. I know. I know for me, the timing has been amazing. That's why we've been able to progress so quick, which has helped. However, the time of year is hard. So the way I'm thinking, like I'm getting shit ready before Christmas, even though we won't be opening until mid-Feb.
Yeah.
Because even though we're not doing a big fit out, there's some key things that are going to change in the pub, like put some bench seats in, a booth, going to redo the bar top.
Yeah.
Like there's simple things, but because if we don't get them cut and ready by the end of the year, builders go on holiday and don't come back till mid-Jan, right?
Totally.
So if we wait till then, suddenly it's only a few weeks till opening and take over. We're way behind the eight ball.
And they come back with a backlog.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Glassware getting printed before the end of the year, brand being complete by the end of the year. Like all these key things that help you move quickly when you take over the space can be done now. But because of the time of year, that's probably my only stress is like, it's a known stress. So I'm just like, right, lining these things up. So week before Christmas, we're done. And we're kind of waiting now until we hit Jan and take over end of Jan, start of Feb. Yeah. We'll have all the shit ready.
What about capital?
Capital, like we're raising.
What's it going to cost you to do this?
Total including everything, is about 350 grand, including some working capital out the other side of opening.
Yep. So 350.
And
where are you going to get it?
External investors.
Yeah.
So we're already talking to, let's say 4 or 5 people, a bit more. And again, like it sounds crazy. I think a lot of people stress about this, but just because of the people we're talking to and our experience, like my experience and who I'm talking to, like the confidence is there.
Yeah.
So I'm not like freaking out.
Well, it's also the numbers just really stack up.
Like the number, exactly. Talk about making it easy.
Yeah.
Like you be able to put all that work into it so quickly has felt right because it is right. Rather than being like, oh, we have to spend 700 grand to get this open.
No, that's.
But we want to retain 50% of this business.
It doesn't stack up.
I think everyone would build that deck.
Yeah,
you know how many people? You know how many decks I've seen?
Yeah,
that are that. Yeah, and you're like, bro.
Yeah,
like,
don't even bother.
Don't send this out to anyone.
Yeah, I mean, what I think is cool though is that for someone who wants to be investing in a pub, this is like the way to do it. Because
should we release this now instead of next year when we need it? When this comes out, we would have got all the money already, Leon.
No, but that's the thing. You getting the money is going to be not hard, right? Like if anything, you've already got more people than like you're going to have to choose.
Totally,
money, right?
Yeah.
So
it's a nice place to be.
Yeah, it's a great place to be because you effectively so of that 350, you're basically looking to bring in 3 different investors. I'm just going off the deck that you're showing. You're looking to bring in 3 investors at 120 each.
Yeah.
Okay. And they get like 13 point something% each.
Yeah.
And if someone came along and said, hey man, I'll put in, double and give me a bigger stake, you'd be open to that?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. But ideally it would just be, I just like the idea of like, okay, it's 120 in and I get 13%. That works for me. I think if it's like, hey, I'll put in 240 and I want 26 point something, I don't know. That risk to reward ratio changes a little bit.
Yeah. The numbers all go up.
Not that it has a material impact in any way on the deal itself, right? Like the due diligence you've done doesn't get impacted by whether one person's risk appetite is 1 or 1.8. But basically, what I'm getting at is that like you've got 3 that you want in. The only thing I think is not super compelling.
Yeah.
Is that in your forecasts, which look, again, amazing, which I think, I don't know, did you do that all or did Kate have something to do with it?
Hey, I did all the forecasting, thank you. Kate did the costs and verified them. And my prediction was 1% in the outgoings.
Okay,
difference.
You're a freak with that stuff. Okay, just another quick little bit of promo. One of the best things about Industry Kitchens sponsoring the podcast is that we've been really fortunate that they've allowed us to also piggyback some free promo for some local community groups and businesses that are doing some great things. So massive props to Industry Kitchens, massive props to Poster Boy Media for letting this happen so that we can talk to you guys about some really amazing organizations out there. Today, we just want to give a quick couple of seconds to Scarf. It's such an incredible organization. They've been doing it for 15 years now, just grinding it out every day. Not-for-profit life is really, really tough, and these guys just don't relent. So I think a lot of people out there know of Scarf, but they don't really know exactly what they're doing, and there's not really a better time to go and check it out. Like at that 15-year mark, some pretty special things tend to happen to an organization, and there's some really, really cool things in store this year for Scarf. So if you aren't acquainted with Scarf and what they do, I highly recommend getting across it because there's every likelihood that you'll have a chance to impact it and get involved with the cause. You know, if you jump on their socials or you jump on their mailing list, you'll basically get way better information than I can ever provide here. But Scarf are absolute icons and legends of the game, changing lives in the most extraordinary ways. So please go and connect and get amongst it. Okay, so with that though, like, you know, you sort of have aimed, it looks like it's probably going to do, very conservatively speaking, it's probably going to do about $240 a year in net profit, which is pretty attractive.
Yeah.
But for an investor who's like, hey, I'm putting in $120.
Yeah, take a few years to pay down.
It's going to take, what, 4 years to pay that back?
If we're divvying out evenly across everyone, yes.
Yeah. So you've also included a device within that says, hey, we'll go extra cut of divvies for the investors so they can reduce that payback
liability. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So it's tidy. It's super tidy, right? So you're not going to have really any issues.
And it's
getting
also,
the money.
you talk about the forecast. Like I've dive into that. I've gone really conservative.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Exactly.
I've based it off some pretty low days and nights.
Yeah.
I've based it off less covers than we can actually do. Like I always do that because it's like, okay, you lose the whole courtyard for a whole winter.
Yeah.
Even though you don't.
Yeah.
Because people still sit out there and
pretend
beers
you do.
and stuff. Just pretend you do.
Yeah.
Can you make it work based on 2/3 of your capacity?
Yeah.
Can you make it work on 2% higher wage costs than you think you can achieve? Can you? You put all those things in there off a bad day. Can you still make this business work? Rather than on a sunny day is the only way we can make it work. Because then the adjustment suddenly happens and you're like, oh my God, we're so far off making this happen.
Yeah.
And like someone told me a long time, I think it was you actually, was you should always look at a venue on a rainy day. Was it you?
Probably. I don't know. Say
Rather than like how, it's a sunny day, how great the light is.
Yes.
All this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And I kind
look at it when the weather's shit.
Yeah. I think about that physically of going to a venue. Also think about that in building a forecast.
Yeah, fair
on
enough.
A rainy shit day. We're in Melbourne after all.
Yeah.
How bad can it get?
Yeah.
Can you make it work?
Yeah. I like that. Okay. I like that just because I said it. But.
Yeah. I won't take that away from you.
Yeah.
We're at 30 minutes.
Hey, oh, no, I just don't feel like you answered that question properly.
Stress?
No. That was good. And to cover that, let's just keep this theme going, right? So next week will be 2 highlights and what's keeping you up at night. And I'm really looking forward to the stressful ones just
as it
escalating.
Builds, yeah. It's Christmas. We have no money.
No, I would just coming back to that whole thing about, taking on the responsibility of being the steward and custodian of a pub. It's like being a captain of Australia, right? Like, what's your stewardship? Like, why are you the guy to put your hand up and do that?
Right. And this is where I started to answer the question, wasn't it? It was around accessibility. That was one point that I was kind of getting to with my previous venues about opening the door literally to more people in the community that have the ability to come into your venue. Number one, like that's my MO now.
Yeah.
And then number two, like over the last 10 years, everything I've done has been about community.
Yeah.
Whether it's been specific to hospitality or through Worksmith and
Sure.
Grow Assembly and all that sort of
Totally.
stuff.
Scarf. Yeah.
Like I'm on the board of Scarf community, and that's been a big part of my life and will continue to be. And for me, a pub really encapsulates all those things.
Yeah.
And even the venues that I had previously has been so much about the immediate community around them.
Yeah.
But it's for me, they've never been quite enough. For me, maybe Falco probably landed it in terms of like accessibility, but also usability. Like each week, people coming through, sometimes daily people coming. That's awesome. And having that, taking those two ideas together around that immediate community, around the physical venue, and the idea of what community means to people in their lives, like that's where I want to sit.
Yeah.
And with my experience over the last 10 years in those spaces, I feel like a pub is right for me.
Yeah.
And it's the right sensible next step to fulfill what it is, to fulfill my vision of what I want to do in hospitality and the community.
Pretty sick answer, I have to say. I was hoping there'd be some holes I could pick there, but no. I mean, if I was on the board of Fitzroy North and we were talking about, revitalizing the Pinny to be a community player, I'd be like, yeah, that's the guy.
Yeah.
Thank you. No stress. All right, wrap it up.
That's it.
Moving forward, we'll keep this going.
Yeah.
I think the only one thing, sorry, just last thing,
last thing.
Is that what are you trying to, so 13 days left in November. How many more things do you need to get done to suit your timeline?
I need to confirm the food partner.
Yep. Didn't you say you want to confirm them in December?
Yeah, but that's like,
but you
have the ability.
You're ahead of schedule.
Yeah, I'm always ahead.
Okay.
December's a long month at the end of the day.
Sure.
But
well,
gets eaten up real quick. So I want the food person essentially done.
Yep.
I want to confirm the build costs and all those
lock
things
down
which we're pretty close to already.
Yeah.
Like I've already on top of all the stuff we've spoken about in the last 10 days, I've already had my architect come through, even though we're not doing drawings, just to check it out, get help, paint colors, all that sort of stuff. The next few weeks, confirm those trades who will be coming in for when we take over.
Yeah.
Confirming paint color, all those little bits and pieces will happen over the next 13 days.
Window frames
painted. But then also starting to look at the front of house manager as well.
Yeah. Do you want to do that this soon?
Yeah.
Before November's finished.
You think about the timing again. Yeah, when it comes to the time of year, most people will have a really busy December.
Yeah, for sure.
Lots of people will take a couple of weeks off in Jan, even in hospo.
And then
they're on.
Yeah, okay.
And if they're of manager position, they're going to have to give a few months notice.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time when I've advertised for these higher level roles, it's always been someone I know or someone that knows someone.
Yeah.
So I just need to get the note out to mates and socials and that sort of thing and see who comes out of the woodwork. So that's kind of the next couple of weeks.
Okay. Awesome, bro. Looking forward to riding shotgun with you on this.
Yeah. Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you so much for listening to the Pinnicast. We're super stoked to be bringing this series to you, so we hope you found it informative. We would love to hear from you. We'd love some feedback. Any thoughts you have around how we're going about it would be really, really welcomed. So hit us up at hello@pax.melbourne and we will definitely be all ears and we'll respond. Lastly, I just want to say massive thanks again to Industry Kitchens, to Poster Boy Media. Without them, none of this would be possible. So yeah, massive, massive shout out. I really hope you guys enjoyed the first episode and we're really looking forward to bringing you more. It's going to be one every day for the next 9 days. Cheers.